realized this with our show in particular, is we're that show that sometimes say some shit that you don't want to admit that, not you specifically, but you don't want to admit that you agree with.
Consumer, yeah.
So it's almost like that closet pocket thing. Like you're listening to Swerve Jones over on the
dirty
side.
Little secret, yeah.
And when somebody's like, "Hey, what you doing over there?" You're like, "Nothing." You turn the show off and put it in your pocket. You know.
Swerve Jones is the equivalent of.
Yeah, Trey said, make you turn your radio down.
Yeah.
You pull up to a stoplight and you turn us down because you don't know what we're gonna say.
Turn the Spanish music up. But yeah, going back to where my wife is from, Guatemala,
Right.
I've been there, and that was a crazy thing. Cause like I said, it was like she's from a very rural place up in the mountains,
Right.
kind of poor, and they don't have much. So it was like a time machine back to the 1800s or something.
Right.
No internet connection and stuff, which I had to go to like the city to
So you went and like visited like her hometown,
her home where she was born, where they have an outside toilet.
Like, right. The free range chickens and animals hanging
all
out.
All types of animals. Yeah. I remember being outside at 2:00 in the morning.
I swear to God, I saw a chicken down the street over here the other day.
Shit.
Just hanging out. I was like, yeah. Yeah. Free range.
That chicken's gonna be at Chick-fil-A one day or something.
Trey's gonna cook it.
Cooking up comedy.
so like I've been to Roten Island. Down that way.
I don't.
We were supposed to go to Guatemala and they rescheduled. We ended up going to Roten Island.
No.
Is it Roten Island, right?
I don't know.
I think it's called Roten Island, but it's down that way.
Rodent Island?
Roten.
Oh,
Roten Island.
Who the fuck wants to go to Rodent
something like
Island?
Yeah, nobody wants to go to Roten Island.
Rat Island, whatever.
So, like, in my mind, like you say, you go out there in, like, the middle of nowhere, I think of, like, that big giant green hills that are out there, and it's like a little tiny town out there.
Oh,
is that what her hometown is like?
It's mountains and volcanoes, no green hills.
No green hills. Oh, okay, it's totally different. Yeah. Gravel, dirt everywhere.
Yes, dude. It was a wild adventure. I mean, of course, I stuck out like a sore thumb, man, because everybody's short and kind of more dark skinned. I'm dark skinned, but they're way more dark skinned than I am.
Right.
And I just stuck out. Everybody was like mobbing me constantly, like, "Oh, you're American, this and that." And, But I went over there, and the weirdest thing, everybody was actually growing. Everybody, I mean, like little grandmas were growing amapola. And if you don't know what that is, it's like a drug. It's what they use in drugs to make a paste, like cocaine for cocaine and shit.
Right.
It was crazy as fuck, man. I was like, wow.
Everybody just making cocaine.
Everybody's just making
cocaine paste.
Little kids out here.
They brushing their teeth with it. Putting deodorant on.
They're like using it as like chewing gum or something. I'm like, what?
Coked out of their minds.
Yeah. I'm like, no wonder these motherfuckers are working so much, man. What the fuck? Well, the plant itself, the amapola plant, turns out to be the Puerto Rican, which is what I am, a Puerto Rican state flower. It's crazy, and it's so weird that they grew it.
They're just growing it, making paste.
Yeah, and
it's selling for billions over here.
And the plant itself is beautiful, man. It has a beautiful red bloom on it. It looks like
It
looks like a rose, hibiscus, or something like that.
Right.
And So I'm like trying to be all romantic in front of my wife's family and stuff. So I cut like a dozen, and I almost got my head cut off for doing that shit.
You're cutting flowers, and they're like, "You fucking with the coke product. Yeah. You fucking with the goddamn church money."
Yeah, I'm like, this is for my wife and stuff. I was trying to be
romantic. Your wife tucks it away in her pocket. She's like, no.
I gave her a dozen of these coke roses and shit, man, and it's like it translates to Spanish, like as the good shit, like coke is the good shit or whatever, or the good stuff or whatever. So I'm like, so I give her these dozen roses or coke roses.
That's what coke means in
Spanish? You like this is like the good shit, like for any drug.
Right, okay.
We Americans would refer to as like, oh, that's
so you grabbed a handful of good shit.
Yeah, well, I'm like, here.
What? That's $100,000.
I gave it to her to my wife.
Is your wife Tony Montana?
Say hello to my little friend. I gave her the dozen Coke Roses in front of her family, and I'm like, this is pure love right here. But the good shit right here.
Yeah.
And they're like, motherfucker, it's like $100.
Made her family mad.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, but hey, it's sad over there, man.
So how long have you been in like the US? Because you're Puerto Rican, right?
Puerto Rican, but Puerto Ricans are Americans, basically.
Yeah,
I wasn't born in Puerto Rican.
But it's a different type of Spanish.
Well, yeah, Puerto Rican Spanish is Caribbean Spanish. Basically.
Yeah, Caribbean Spanish
like
rather
Cubans,
than...
even though Cubans and Puerto Ricans are a little bit different, but it's kind of the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's Caribbean.
The more you go west with your Spanish, you start with Spain, and then as you go west with your Spanish, it changes.
Yeah, well, and it all originates from Spain. You know, we're all, descendants of Spaniards.
So, how do you, so you weren't born in Puerto Rico?
No, I was not.
But like your family's from there and stuff, right?
Yeah, my mom wasn't even born over there.
So
my
y'all
dad was.
You're 100% American.
Grew up over here. The only thing is anybody that's Spanish or they hear me speak Spanish.
Jay said, protect Puerto Rico from hurricanes. Build a wall around it.
From them damn earthquakes, man.
Helpful wall.
There was 1,000 earthquakes in Puerto Rico in like the last 2 weeks or some shit.
It's fucking insane, dude.
That's crazy, man. Like, what
shit
the?
Is insane.
Man, somebody has done some bad shit over there.
I realize that like every area has like its natural disaster that kind of sucks dick, but like we're mildly prepared for it. But when you get hit with that many, get the fuck out of there. Dude, it's dangerous.
Dude, my aunt is over here currently because it was so bad, man.
Right.
And so like really it's Puerto Rico is known to get hurricanes and like a lot of like our type of weather. They usually don't get earthquakes. It's very rare.
Right.
And they get hit with 1,000 of them back up.
Yeah.
And it's so strong. Some of them were super strong. And so like it's like Miami. They have a lot of houses on stilts. And so a lot of motherfuckers park their cars. And this guy has like 5-6 cars.
Yeah.
And my aunt sent me a picture of the fucking house right on top of all 6 cars, dude.
Right.
It's sad. I'm sorry to laugh at that, but damn.
It's okay if you laugh at it.
Yeah.
I just smile and nod.
You can laugh at it. You're not racist if you laugh at that. That's just stupid. You're racist against stupid people.
I love a race. Such a realist. So how do you end up meeting your wife? Like her being like from Central, like not knowing any English and being from Guatemala and.
Well, it was my lack of self-confidence and working at a.
Well, you had to have some confidence. You got her to take her panties off. Got 3 kids.
Oh yeah, that's just my my charm and my good looks. So yeah.
You are a good-looking fella.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You too. Mark McGrath.
We might fuck on a table tonight.
Yeah.